Right, so hello everyone and welcome to PS Vitesse F2 for round 2 around the China circuit, the Shanghai International Circuit it's called, obviously in Shanghai, and it's the stage for round 2 with PS Vitesse Season 5 in the Form 2 tier, which is our second tier, line only. There's like the assist bracket, and yeah, we've got 13 people racing today. We've had a few people who have had to drop out, which is unfortunate, but should have, I think, one more on the way in the next 8 minutes or so to join us for the race. But yeah, so far we've got BGR Wrench, who has set the fastest time of the session with a 1:30.4. This is a tyre in the middle of the track there, going into the hairpin. It's currently FAC Brent on a lap. We'll see what he can do as he goes through the final corner now. That lap time, 30.6, puts him second at the moment on the soft compounded tyre. I think the strategy around here probably is medium hard, but I'm sure you could probably manage to do soft hard if you ride your luck with punctures. We'll also have a look. Yeah, there we go, leader gap. So it's Josh Sidney who's set the fastest lap on mediums at the moment. He's just over 3.5 temps off Wrench, who's in B1. I believe RNX Grey Goose is on lap. That's to call him Adri, but we'll stick with Grey Goose for now. So he's going through the hairpin on the medium tyre, so we'll see what he can do. Final corner's a yellow flag, that's with the other McLaren, Dark Tuner. I believe he's on the Inters. But Grey Goose, he does a 31.5, 0.6 even. Goes 6th fastest, slowest of the runners that are set a lap on dry compound. 2 temps off Headshot Lessie in P5. I believe, I don't know who's going to be next onto a lap, to be honest. Probably Dark Tuner on the Inter, which I think he is allowed to do. I'm not too sure on that. It's just him and Adri, or Grey Goose, that are out on the track now, the 2 McLarens. Adri, I think, is a reserve. Actually, no, he isn't now. I forgot about that. Yeah, we've got 6 minutes left of the session now. Just start tuning on this lap. There's a yellow flag. I'm not sure where. That might have been Adri actually going into the pits. Has he got damage? Can't really see. There is also GS Angel maybe? Angel? I have no clue how to pronounce that. He's just recently joined the league. Just earlier today he's racing his first race in the league. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do. He's gone out for his final lap. Presumably on the medium tyre as he goes off track there momentarily. Thankfully it's on his out lap, so he should be fine. Dark Tuner is coming across the line now. We'll see where this lap puts him. He puts him at P7, just over 2 seconds quicker than what Joel set on the Inter, which I presume that Dark Tuner's probably going to be starting on the hard tyre if he's using that Inter. Would be a no-brainer. But yeah, there's Ooh, and he's spun off into the wall. He's just, yeah, got a damaged swing seal. Hopefully for him, he can make it back around to the opposite side of the track and get up for another lap maybe. We'll go on board with Anguil though. He's just started this lap, going through the snail section, as we like to call it, the first few corners. It's a pretty clean, safe exit. So he's gone into the first corner now, 24.1. Which it says purple on the mini map, but I highly doubt that unless he's gone very fast. I think he keeps it foot to the floor through there. It goes a bit wide, and yeah, the rear isn't going to accept that. Kicks out, and that's probably his lap ruined. Yeah, there's a few more people going out on laps now. Brent has just started this lap on the soft tyre. We'll see what his sector time is. And I think he backs out actually, so we won't see what his sector time is. There's a yellow flag going on to the long DRS straight as Anguil's gearing out or revving out the 6th gear there. Josh Sidney's went out on the medium tyre for his final lap. So we've got just under 3 minutes left of the session, so this will be life or death for people like Josh Sidney. See if we can get ahead of the soft runners who are just in front of him in the timings. As Headshot has actually retired in the pits, so he won't be coming out again for a lap. He did set a medium lap, so for him it's probably not worth basically sabotaging those medium tyres. But it's Josh Sidney who's just started this lap now. He has got about 30 seconds margin, so if he does make a mistake he can save the ERS, save the tyres and go again. But it'd probably be better for him if he gets perfect laps in this one. And perfect lap, and he's spun at the first corner. There's a McLaren behind him, I think that's his Adri. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Josh Sidney's medium tyres, a nice spin. A few more percent. That might come to haunt him in the race, which I think is dry. There's a Ferrari behind Josh, actually he's on a lap now. That is Brent. See, goes a bit wide there. Shizu Joey is now in the session as well. I forgot to mention that. I think he is starting from the back though, so we'll see if he can rise up through the race. Brent goes very wide, but takes a lot of speed out of there. There's a McLaren on the right hand side of the track out the way, that's Grey Goose. I'm not sure whether Brent's up or not. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Brakes just before the 100 metre board. Gets it turned in. Does he get a good exit? I think that's alright. We'll see now if he can improve, because Wrench is going to set another lap as he comes across the line now. And he doesn't improve. He gets a purple final sector, but is not enough to rise up another place. Josh Sidney's starting a lap, but there is Grey Goose just ahead of him starting his, so we'll watch Grey Goose from now, considering he is on the faster tyre. On paper, the time difference between the soft and the medium is 1.2 seconds, but I don't really believe that, considering that the medium tyre doesn't heat up as much as the soft. There's a yellow flag just at the start of sector 2. I think that was probably for the Ferrari of Brent. Greg is on an alright lap. here. We'll see what his split is going into the final sector. He is 5 tenths up, which right now would keep him in P5, and no, he's spun just before going onto the big straight. Pretty frustrated with that. But we'll see Josh Sidney now as he gets a bit of a kick of oversteer, going through that long sweeping right hand corner, going onto the straight. We'll see what he can do now. He slams on the brakes, going to the hairpin, clobbers the inside curb, short shifts to 4th gear. Grey Goose is retired and he gets a lot of curb there on the inside, and I don't think he is going to improve. No, about 3 tenths down actually. Anguille is just going through the final corner now on his lap. Can he improve? Yes, he goes to P5, which is just ahead of Headshot Lessie. I think that's Trap Formula going through the final corner now on the inters. What lap can he do? He goes P9 behind IFR Joel. And I think that is, yep, the final car to go across the line as Brent comes into the pits, and it is Wrench who is on pole. Didn't set a final lap, but he is on pole with Brent just behind him, and then Josh Sidney who's actually on the softs, which I didn't realise. So yeah, no wonder he couldn't improve. So it's actually Restyle who sets the fastest medium lap, 30.1 there. Then Anguille on this PS Vitesse debut is in P5, just ahead of Headshot Lessie. Grey Goose is the last medium runner. Joel, Trap Formula and Dark Tuner all qualifying on the Inter. And then the 4 at the back, Yogurt, Martine, Joey and Yanyak, that haven't set a time, but they will have the compliments of starting on a completely fresh tyre. So we'll see where they can get in the race. All 4 of them are quite quick. Well, Joey's not that quick around Monaco, as we learnt a few months ago, but that's for another day. And yeah, I think it is dry in the race. I haven't heard any complaints in the chat about it being wet, so we'll see what that can be. Yeah, that's completely clear skies, so no threat of rain for the time being. Someone's very eager to get into the lobby. They've just readied up straight away. But yeah, it should be a medium hard strategy. I'd imagine that the ones on the softs at the front will either go soft hard and be quite brave with tyre wear, or they'll do a 2-stop, which is probably going to be a soft medium. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I'd imagine the Inters and the ones outside the top 10 will be starting on either the medium or the hard. Yes, get the tyres up. Yeah, there's a few only 2 that start on the hards actually, which is Trap Formula and Joey. The rest are starting on the mediums, minus the top 3. So yeah, it's mixed strategy, which is always interesting. Yeah, we'll go on board with the man at the front, BGR Wrench, who last season in F1, when F1 was line only, he was one of the title contenders, but just not being able to turn up kind of put him out of that fight, unfortunately for him. But he's got a pole here in F2. Would say one to watch out for is probably Joey, who's on the hard tyre. We'll see what he can do at the end of the race when he goes onto the medium. So we'll get rid of the telemetry. That's a lot better now. But yeah, they're just warming the tyres. Who's that? Yuki is actually getting quite excited. Joey's now onto the grid. There's Williams at the back. Oh, that's close. Oh well. We'll ignore them for now. Yeah, they're all going onto the grid. The AI takes over. We've got 28 laps of the Chinese GP. Hopefully all drivers get through the first corner safely, as the two Williams are now disqualified. But yeah, here we go for the Chinese GP. And why is there a Red Bull in the middle of the track? Track form. Ah, there we go. It sorted itself out. There we go. So the 5 lights are on. And it's lights out and away we go. In China, the Mercedes gets a good start. The Ferrari just ducks across the track to block. I believe that's Josh Sidney. Or no, it's actually Restyle who's on the inside of the track there. Great timing train. But yeah, as we go through the first few corners, it's actually Restyle that makes a place. But Josh Sidney's actually now being attacked by Anguille. Brent actually gets a bit of oversteer on that exit. Josh and Anguille now side by side going into turn 4. A late break in. I think Josh might just get out ahead of him. As they're going now for the fast right-hander. No, Anguille actually gets back at Josh. Just clips the inside curb. But yeah, Josh has lost 2 places off the start. Dark Tune has had an amazing start. And he's actually span. Oh no, he hasn't. That's Grey Goose who is now out of the race. Will it be a safety car? Not yet. Headshot gets a bit of oversteer. We'll have a look. Dark Tune is now spun at the back, but oh, and now Yogurt is off into the grass. Absolute cluster of cars there. It's Joey. Oh, traps off, and he's, oh my goodness, it's absolute carnage. Yanyek's just spun there as well. He's actually retired. Absolute carnage. Trap Formula nearly did the handstand with the front wing of his Red Bull. Thankfully for him, the damage is unreduced, so he won't be getting any rear wing damage, because sure that must have been. But yeah, what carnage at the start. As oh yeah, all the time screen jumps up. But there is Wrench who's in the lead of the race. He's got a bit of a gap behind him to Brent, and then Restyle just behind him, followed by Anguille in the Alfa Romeo. Oh, actually, oh no, Sydney got back past Anguille now, so Sydney's back up into P4 in the race. Hopefully this timing screen sorts itself out quickly. There we go, I think it's all done now. We'll have a look at the position change. So yeah, Martin actually got up 6 places off the start. I'd say one of the bigger losers is probably Trap Formula, doing a handstand with the barrier. Yes, now nearly a 2-second gap for Wrench at the front. He's running away with this, and I think that's Restyle who's spun. Yep, same corner where I believe it was Yogurt that spun last lap. And oh, he's spun again. And yeah, he's just gone off the track. It's a shame for him. Josh Sidney has lost time somewhere, I think. That's confusing. I don't know how he's lost the positions to them. Maybe he's spun as well. Is he going to the pits? Yeah, he is actually. So, did he get damage? I'm really not sure about that. We'll see what he pits onto, because that's very frustrating for Josh, because he was in a good position at the start of the race. Yeah, he actually got wing damage there, so a spin for Josh somewhere. Restyle carries on after his spin. But yeah, it's pretty spaced out the front with the front two. It's just Anguil and Headshot that are now battling with Joel just behind them. Hopefully this time sorts itself out because it's quite stupid now. But yeah, there's a bit of a train here with Anguil, Headshot and Joel as safety or a yellow flag, and that would be Dark Tuner, who's had a off at the same place as his teammate. Evo will go back to Anguil, who will likely have Headshot right behind him. We'll see if Headshot's actually close enough to make a move, and if Joel can make a move. Martine's now out. He's spun off, and there's a VSC. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a safety car because there's a few cars dotted around the track now. But yeah, Martine has crashed at the long right-hander on the exit there. And Dark Tuner's actually spun again. I'll get the tyres up as well, just for those that are interested. Oh no, Wrench hasn't pitted. That's unfortunate. But yeah, nobody has pitted under the VSC, which is probably quite reasonable. It's way too early to be pitting onto the hard tyre. Yeah, 3 retirements straight away in this race. We're now back underway. I thought Wrench was actually going to get a drive through there because he slammed on the brakes as the presumably his delta went down. Right, Zero's another yellow flag. That is Sink Yogurt, who's off into the gravel there. Where's that? I'm not too sure. Oh, it's a turn 4 on the inside. I don't know how he's done that. So into AI mode and trap formula spun. It's a real race of attrition this. If you don't spin, you're going to be quite high up, I think. And we'll go back to this battle, and Brent's off. Don't come across the track. And that's sort of under control. But yeah, everyone's just spinning right, left and centre, eh? Now Brent is another casualty of a spin. He's now down to P6. He didn't get damaged, but he will have some pretty toasty soft tyres to deal with. Yeah, we'll go back to this battle for P2 at the moment. First of the medium runners, as Brent actually does pit on lap 5, or lap 4 for him now. We'll see what Headshot can do here against Anguil. So we don't really know the pace of Anguil. Obviously he's done his sign up, but it doesn't really tell you that much, especially whether they're good in the race or not. But I think Headshot, he actually has dropped off a bit from the back of Anguil, and there's a safety car, and that is Dark Tuner, who has spun off on the long right-hander, and I think a chance to get our breath back. It was a pretty intense start, a lot of crashes, a lot of spins. And yeah, there we go, there's a safety car. We'll see if anyone's going to pit. I'd imagine they would. I think Hards probably can make it to the end by now. 21 laps I've got, which, yeah, once the safety car's over and done with, that should be long enough. Yeah, we'll see Wrench comes into the pits. Anguil actually stays out. Does Headshot pit? No, he stays out as well. Joey obviously does on the hard tyre. We'll see about Restyle and everyone else behind him now. Wrench does go onto the hard tyre. Restyle stays out. I'm surprised that they're staying out here. I would have thought they'd pitted, but you know, it's a free pit stop, especially if you're on the mediums. But yeah, Wrench probably took his chance with that. I'm not sure what Jorgensen he might be in pause there. Yeah, no one's taken the opportunity to pit aside from Wrench. And I'm sure. Wait, has Brett pit or Brent pit? I have no clue. I weren't looking. But yeah, we'll wait for all the pack to get behind the safety car. We'll probably be in within a lap or two. Yeah, we'll have a look at positions change now. As you see, there's only 3 people that have made a stop so far, and that's the 3 soft runners. So a lot of the medium guys sticking to their guns at the front. Obviously, Joey's the one that's gone up the most places, starting from P12, hugging that inside curb there. Right, there we are. I think Yogurt's actually left the session. Brent, I don't know if she'd want to overtake him, to be honest. She would just get a penalty, but honestly, I have no clue. They should get past Yogurt quick enough anyway. But we'll see what happens with them. I suppose the safety car as well has given people like Josh Sidney basically a free pass back into the race now, because he's on the medium tyre, the same as most other people. And yeah, you can get a chance of better points. There we go, finally get my words out. He is going to get points as long as he finishes the race, which is probably quite hard for Josh. So what's happening there? Wow, what are they doing? There you go, he's finally letting back past. I don't understand why he's trying to get past now. Yeah, I believe it's a safety car coming in this lap. I didn't see that. I think it is, yeah. So it'll be Angil to get us back underway. If you are interested as well, we do have another race going on right now. That is the F3 race. We've got Doozle commentating on that right now on the PS Vitesse YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're re-watching this race, this will make no sense, but you can also watch that back if you've got a little bit of spare time. It'll be Angel to get us back underway though, as he's weaving his medium tyres, now going through the final corners. Headshot has to slam on the brakes, and Jay gets back underway. Headshot actually gets a pretty decent restart. He's got the overtake on, but I think he's actually trying to defend from Joel. There's a bit of a gap back to Wrench. His headshot sticks his nose down the inside. Joey gets past Joel just about, but Joel sends his nose down the inside. Brent gets a yellow, a 5-second penalty for yellow flags, and Joel nearly spins in front of Joey. But now Wrench is back into that fight as he tries to go down the inside of Joel. Force onto the inside curb in a bit. But I think Joel will have that position as they go through the fast left-hander of turn 5 or 6, I have no clue. We'll see Trap just behind them. on the hard tyre like Joey. Joey's actually having a pretty decent race up to this point. He was running quite good yesterday as well, before he had an incident with LMN, which is probably not going to be his fault anyway, but he actually gets a pretty decent exit as well on those 7-lap old hards, and he's going to get past Headshot Leslie on this straight. Yes, he is. That's an easy overtake, and he's now up into P2. Locks the wheel into the hairpin. Track Formula's lost position at the hairpin from Brent. So they're going side by side, banging wheels. That doesn't work well usually into that corner. Yeah, and it's Track Formula that stays ahead of Brent for now, but will have slipstream. Right, apologies about that, just had a bit of an interruption, but yes, came right in the middle of a pretty decent battle for the last podium position. Bit of a train from Joey on the hard tyre down, all the way down to Brent really. Obviously Track Formula had that spin, and Sydney did lose a bit of time as well, I'm not sure what from. Resell's quite close to the back of Wrench here. He's not close enough to make the move though. Oh, and Restyle spun. That was quite weird. I don't know how he spun there. Considering I honestly don't know how he spun. That's quite strange for Restyle. But yeah, he's now out of the fight. So it's now really down to Headshot, Joel and Wrench for the podium at this moment in time. See, Wrench doesn't actually have to pit again, but as long as he stays close to this pack of cars before they pit, he should be fine for the win, in my opinion. So he's going through the middle sector now. We'll see if any of them get close enough for a move. It is actually Ant Gill that you can see there who's in the lead. He's got a bit of a gap to Joey, who's running quite decent up in P2 for now. The only disadvantage that he has is obviously everyone else is going to be getting a good DRS train from each other when they all pit onto the hards, so Joey will lose a lot of time. Joel's actually quite close to the back of Headshot going into the hairpin. There's a safety car again. It was Brent that retired on the end of the straight. We'll see that there. He's gone off into the wall, I think, or yeah, that's a shame for Brent. But yeah, everyone pits aside from Wrench. Even Joey's pitting now. I don't know what tyre he'll be going on to. Probably the medium, or yeah, the Aston Martins actually have to double stack there, which isn't ideal for them. The track formula stays out for now. Actually, I don't know whether he's left or not. I'm not too sure. I can't really see the bottom of my screen thanks to my setup, but oh well. It is Wrench who is leading the race now, but he does have a bit of a disadvantage considering he's on the 5-lap old hards. 5 laps older than everyone else. It'll be interesting to see Joey on the restart on the medium tyre, which for me say they can do 16 laps, so he actually might be quite decent here to go to the end. We'll see how long his tyres last for though, because the mediums didn't feel great for me after 10 laps yesterday in F1, so we'll see what he can do, try and get a good use his pace advantage because of his tyre, not his actual pace. And yeah, we'll see what he can do on them. Sydney's also pitted onto mediums as well. Has he been on the hards then? I guess. Oh no, he used the softs at the start. So yeah, that's probably an actual decent strategy call from Sydney for once. After his decision's gone mediums from lap 3 in Bahrain to the end. But yeah, that's another league. Everyone else is on the hards, minus Joey and Josh Sydney. Even Yogurt's AI that is driving around hopelessly at the moment. But yeah, we have 1 lap to go under the safety car and we can get back underway. Restyle is now pitted and he's gone on to, or probably going to go on to the mediums. I did see a bit of position change in there from Angel and Joey. I'm not sure what that was about. We'll have to wait and see. There is track formulas AI then, so we can confirm that. So you probably won't get any points this race. Yeah, as we mentioned, Restyle's now onto the mediums, so he's caught onto the strategy of Joey and Sydney, which, to be fair, is a very good idea, considering they can go 16 laps. Should be getting underway shortly though, and we'll see how this goes. As the safety car is in this lap. And let's see then, it's going to be Wrench getting the field back underway. Angel there, warming the tyres. Joey just behind him, looking to get on the attack on the front foot. They go quite deep into the hairpin actually. Wrench hasn't actually left that much room to catch a safety car. It's going to go just about now, I think. He goes to the final corner, pedal to the metal, and go, go, go he goes. Anguil actually gets a pretty decent restart behind him. Trap, or obviously Trap's AI that is. Wrench is now on the outside of Anguil. They make contact there. Side by side, Wrench is just ahead. Joey now sees his opportunity on the inside. I think he just gets squeezed a bit and has to back off a bit, so he doesn't get the position. He goes down the inside of Anguil. That's a good move. Anguil actually goes to the back of Joey there. Not sure whether he got wing damage or not. I actually don't think he did from that camera angle, so he's kind of got away with that. So it looks a pretty hefty hit. But Joey does make the position there. I think everyone else has made it past Trap's AI just fine. But yeah, everyone's pretty much unchanged apart from Joey, who has actually really bunched up the pack here. It's going to be quite a mess. Sydney gets the rear, stepping out a bit through on the exit of the right-hander. See what happens now as they go into the hairpin. I don't think anyone's really close enough for a move. Sydney just moves out, but does not go for it as of yet. And all that's restart. He's gone into the back, a headshot there. I had to brace myself for a minute because you could see that happening. Does he have damage? Maybe. Oh, headshot spun. He's now facing backwards out of the final corner, and that's not very happy with the headshot. But yeah, it's now headshots out of the mix right now, unless there's another safety car really. Yeah, Josh just about got away with the spin, but a headshot couldn't quite catch it, unfortunately for him on that. I'm guessing he hit the inside curb of the final corner and it kind of sent him around. But yeah, it's only 3-4 attempts between the front two now, so Joey is for sure on the attack. On 6-lap pressure, medium tyres to Wrench's 8-lap old hards. I'm sure Joey might be able to get past on this straight. I don't think DRS is actually enabled yet, which might be his only downfall, but we'll see. He's about 6 attempts behind in the slipstream. He isn't using his DRS actually, but it's actually had that much left of it, surprisingly. Yeah, that's headshot getting past the AI, so it's nothing to worry about. It's very tight between the ones fighting for the podium positions. I want to see Josh Sydney getting up a bit further through this field now, as Restyle sets the fastest lap of the race so far, 33.5, and just makes a little bit of contact with Josh there actually, so I think he's got a lot of pace, and yeah, Josh is going to let him through past team orders there. Barely see that in real life because he must have been so far ahead of Nick, but oh well, we see it in Formula 2 here. Restyle's now past Josh Sydney, and as a result of headshot spin, he's now 8 seconds behind the pack. We'll go on board to Joey as we go on to the straight for a second time round. So he's going to have DRS this time. Brakes nice and hard into there. Tries to get a good exit. We'll see how good this is. Yeah, quite alright I think. We look behind him, no one's spinning, or I think that might have been Josh actually had a moment there, but Joey right behind into slipstream of Wrench, and he gets past Wrench in the Mercedes well before the braking zone, and that is P1 for him with 12 laps remaining of the race on fresher, newer softer tyres, I should say. And yeah, he is now up into P1, sets the fastest lap momentarily before Restyle gets it. So Restyle's actually got a lot of pace here. And he's on the charge, I'd say now. Angel goes a bit wide through the first few corners. We'll see if Joel's going to be quite close to the back of him now. Going to the braking zone. Doesn't go for it actually, and just sits behind him, P4. I'm also wondering what Headshot's going to do, because he could probably steal the fastest lap from everyone else. As Joey actually gets a 3-second penalty as we talk about that, and Joel gets one as well on the exit of, I have no clue what that corner number is, but yeah, they both get penalties in the same spot of the track within seconds of each other. Restyle's actually quite close to the back of Joel, but that penalty actually might be crucial for Joey, because he's got to find the gap. And as opposed to Wrench, he can just sit there as Headshot is now spun fast right-hander, and no, that's nothing else. Restyle's now made it past Joel. Sorry for cutting away from that, but need to see if Headshot was going to do anything naughty again, e.g. resetting tracks. We don't allow that. Yeah, we'll see as Restyle goes down the inside. He's very actually quite cautious of that inside curb as well now, after he spun there. Blamed it down to auto spin in the chat for F2. So he's now on the outside of Angel. So they're going into the braking zone side by side. Restyle on the inside of them. Angel tries to get the switch back, but yeah, Restyle's softer tyres are helping him stay in front of Angel for now. So yeah, she makes a bit of contact, Angel does, with Restyle there. Just grazes the back, the gearbox of the Haas. So he gets a bit of oversteer there. Tyres beginning to drop off now after 5 laps. Now, I am actually quite disappointed with Josh Sidney, to be honest. I thought with his newer tyres he'd be all over the back of Joel and Angel, as Joel now goes for the move into the hairpin. Again, hits the back of Angel. Everyone seems to do that at the moment, but yeah, can't make the move. So Sidney's going through the final corner. I thought he was going to go straight on there for some reason. But yeah, we'll go to the front, because this deserves some attention. Obviously, what's happened here is that Joey doesn't have enough pace to get out of the DRS of Wrench, and yeah, Wrench is just happy to sit behind him, because it gives him some protection from Restyle. And obviously right now he's winning the race, so he can't really complain too much. As we go through into the second sector now, just 9 laps remaining of the race. It's not quite flat through there yet, so obviously we've still got quite a bit of fuel in the car. Headshot Lassie is the last driver on track that isn't AI. Obviously know what Sync and Trap have done, so I'm not going to talk about them much. Yeah, it seems to have spaced out a bit at the front, to be honest. Everyone's within 6 or 7 tenths of each other. Just enough to get DRS, but not really hampering them with dirty air as such. We'll actually have a look as well at the Formula 3 race and see how that's going. They're racing right now on lap 20, and yeah, that looks quite interesting. There's 13 people left in that, and it's a bit of a battle for the lead. Sick Boy is on 12 lap old hards, but he's got a whole group of cars chasing after him on 4 lap old mediums, so that would be quite interesting. to look at that race. But yeah, it's getting quite close now between Wrench and Joey. Restyle is not too far behind them. As you see here from this camera angle, chasing down the Mercedes. The Brazilian, who Restyle gets a bit of traction going out of there. It's a lovely camera angle there. You can see the grass, which probably hasn't been cut in a while, considering the use of this track in real life. As I think Wrench actually got a bit wide there. And he's lost a bit of time to Joey. I don't think he's going to be within 1 second unless he properly nails this corner. And he actually doesn't. He gets a bit more oversteer. And yeah, he's now out of DRS. 1.4 seconds. He's going to have Restyle all over the back of him. So that is actually crucial for Joey's race. He needs to get out of the DRS of Wrench. And he's done that now. And he's got clean air and he can try and extend that gap. But it's going to be quite difficult for him with Restyle behind. Yeah, absolute madness so far. So nothing else is really happening. To expect Headshot to pit quite soon and go onto the soft tyre and get the fastest lap. He's not doing it just yet. Just a pretty big shame for Headshot as well, because he was in a decent position and essentially threw it away. So we'll have a look at penalties. Obviously it's just Joel and Joey that have the penalties for now. Everyone has made their stuff apart from Traps AI. And yeah, Joey right now, after penalties, I think he will be P4, probably P4. But he's moved up 11 positions. Obviously, it's going to be the most out of everyone still left in the race. It's caught that there, Wrench going a bit wide. Still within the DRS of Restyle. You can hopefully pull him along and get him back where he wants to be, behind Joey. We'll see about that. As Joey actually gets another 3-second penalty, and with 6 laps to go, I don't think he'll be clearing that 6-second gap anymore. So it's probably damage limitation for Joey as it stands. Weaving his way through the first few corners of the track. And the chasing pack behind him. No one really making moves at the moment. They're going to save up their ERS to the final laps of the race, and I expect it will probably kick off again. Just Sydney now, I'm looking, we're on board with. He's definitely dropped off that train now. It's so difficult, especially on this game, if you get out of the DRS train. It's even more difficult to get back into it, and he's fell victim of that for now. Shoulders actually closed up to Anguille a bit, but yeah, he's not going to go for a move into the hairpin. Yeah, as you see, it's just not close enough, but Anguille gets a bit of oversteer, and now he's under threat from Joel to go through the final corner, and Joel makes up the position, but ultimately actually loses the DRS to Wrench. So maybe it was a bit of a harsh defence from Anguille, who taps Joel. It's now back down, it's inside the side by side through the first few corners. Joel sticking his nose on the inside, making sure he is there. He comes out the corner ahead, but will Anguille get a good exit? Not as good as Joel, and he'll be sticking behind the AlphaTauri for a few laps more. Joel definitely getting his elbows out there, very opportunistic against Angel, who got some wheel spin coming out of the hairpin. Obviously, very low gears, high revs, so you're going to get a lot of wheel spin out of that. That's why some people choose to upshift, or what is it? Got the word for it now, gone completely blank, but go through the gears a lot quicker. But yeah, Joel has now lost the DRS. It's actually Wrench is quite close to the back of Restart now, but backs off at the end of the straight. I think Restart's results got close to Joey again. He's obviously now back in the DRS off. I think all three of them are quite low on the ERS. See Joey's light on the back of his car is blinking red. Angel's now got back past Joel in the AlphaTauri. Back up into P4, obviously. It's a position he would get as long as he stays within 3 seconds of Joel. There we go, headshot Leslie is now finally pitted. There's Joel is now around the outside of Angel to make contact. And Angel just about keeps the position for now. These two are having a great battle, it must be said. A headshot pits onto the soft tyre. I wonder whether we'll see Josh do the same. Joel goes a bit wide. I'm not sure whether he got a warning now or not. Yeah, we'll go back to the battle for the lead. It is definitely between Restyle and Wrench now. We can categorically say that as Joey goes a bit wide there. But yeah, it's Wrench who actually gets the better exit out of the two. Restyle says the DRS, but will he have enough ERS to fight Wrench off? No, that's very nice defending from Restyle. As Joel makes the move on Angel again. These two are fighting it very hard. But as they go through the final corner, Joel is ahead. And there's no more battling for that position right now. But yeah, Angel actually gets the DRS. Will he go for it into turn one? They're side by side. And Angel's back ahead. What a battle. But now Joel's got his nose on the inside. Can he make the position? Not quite, but he has actually gone quite wide there. So will he get a good exit coming out of the first few corners? He has not much ERS left, but neither does Angel, I think, as he goes down the inside into turn 4. And now Angel gets the cutback. No, we don't want to see Josh Sidney coming out the pits. Yeah, Angel now goes back up to P4. These two are having a great battle, it must be said. And fair play to him. Does Joel have wing damage maybe as well? He was looked like he had a lot of understeer coming out of that corner, and he might do, to be fair to him. Yeah, at the front it seems to get quite close into that section and then even out again as they come onto the straight. Wrench actually has a lot of ERS left compared to Restyle. You can just see there, or if I put the telemetry on. Yeah, Restyle has 16%, Wrench has 63%, so Wrench in a very good position here to get the race win, as long as he plays his cards right. Use his ERS when it matters. And he definitely can win this race. Restyle goes a bit wide. Yeah, Wrench is playing this very nicely so far. There's Joel now pits, presumably to get a new wing and put on the soft tyres and try and get the fastest lap of the race. We'll actually go back with Wrench at the front. Just 3 laps to go now. 2 more times they will cross the line for another lap. Jet's getting quite close there. Joel comes out behind Josh Sidney. He's now into P6 after getting that damage. I assume that's probably where he'll be staying as well. Headshot Leslie sets the fastest lap of the race at 32.4. We'll see if he'll keep that when Josh Sidney crosses the line and then Joel the lap after. It's very close here coming out of fast right-hander. It's actually a bit of a gap from Joey to restart there. You can see just a second, but he still does get DRS. Using the DRS as well, less than 10%, but as they come to the braking zone, he's not close enough just yet. I would imagine Wrench is going to have to attack in the next few laps or so. But yeah, this is a very intriguing ending. Just to clarify it, it is Joey who has 6 seconds of penalties, which should put him down to P4 for now. Bearing in mind if Angel makes any mistakes. Yeah, number 94 on that Haas of Restyle. Battling for the lead, and Wrench, who has a ridiculous amount of VRS. And for now, Josh Sidney actually goes a second quicker than the lap that Headshot Lessie set on his soft compound tyre. It'll be Joel just behind him, who's going to be on his hot lap now. Wrench actually goes a bit wide there and gets a bit of a wheel spin. See if he can close the gap as Restyle actually goes a bit deep into the chicane. We'll see if that costs him on the straight. I think it will actually, as now it's Wrench who's really close and Joey's off! Joey's spun! Oh, what a shame for Joey as he spins back onto the track. He should still get P4, providing he doesn't spin much more. So now side by side into the hairpin. Wrench and Restyle. Is Wrench going to go for it into the final corner? They're side by side. Wrench forces Restyle out wide, but Restyle actually gets a fantastic cutback. He has the DRS. I think they both have the DRS. No, they don't. It's just Wrench who's really quick with the extra DRS. He's now on the outside to make contact again. It's the final lap of the race as well, I need to mention that. And it's Wrench who stays ahead, but there is another opportunity for Restyle, providing he stays within Wrench's DRS then, onto the final straight. There's a yellow flag there, that is Joel, I think, who has had a bit of a spin. But yeah, what a mad ending to the race, what a shame for Joey. Obviously I don't think it will affect him that much in the end. Joel's had another spin at the final corner. But yeah, here we go, we'll see. What does Wrench do it? Does he let Restyle pass? I don't think he is, he's just going to brave it out. He's still got a lot of ERS compared to Restyle. And it did work out okay for him. Joel is now retired on the final lap of the race. It's a shame for him, but yeah, Restyle has now got the DRS, about 5 tenths behind in the slipstream. I don't think he's going to be close enough though. As you see there, Wrench is using his DRS. Track Form has been somehow retired from the session for not using his tyres, so maybe he was just sitting in ports. I didn't see him leave, but yeah, Wrench is not close, or Restyle's not close enough to Wrench. And it's going to be the Brazilian that wins in China. Restyle seconds, he comes across the line, slams into the barrier. Angel on his first race comes home in P3, a podium for the Spaniard. And Joey now is going across the line quite slowly. Will he let Josh Sidney pass, or is he just going slowly? I think he is actually. Oh no, he isn't. Oh yes, he is. Yeah, but it's going to be Josh Sidney in P4, Joey in P5. And then Headshot Lessie in P6, and then Sink Yogurt obviously doesn't really count because he's in AI mode. But yeah, we'll see Headshot Lessie as he comes across the line, and that is the Chinese GP over with. Yeah, it's a pretty decent race, especially towards the end. Nice battle for the lead, which is always appreciated. Cherry gets driver of the day despite his spin. So yeah, there's the Brazilian, Wrench on the podium. Good battle between him and Restyle. Unfortunately for Restyle, his medium tyres just couldn't quite age it out towards the end, but it was good strategy on the tyres and the ERS for Wrench, which ultimately has won in the race. And very good signs for Angel as well, who has got on the podium in his first race. But yeah, there's confirmation of the finishing order. It is Wrench who wins, followed by Restyle and Gill. Josh Sidney gets the fastest lap and in P4. Unfortunate for him with some of the luck he got in that race. I heard he did get collected by his teammate when he spun earlier in the race. Joey spun at the end, slowed down the line. He's in P5. Headshot Leslie had the spin at the final corner. He finishes in P6. And then Sink Yogurt, he was in AI. Joel DNF'd on the final lap. And then all those retirements and the disqualification for track formula somehow. Didn't use another tyre, which is quite strange. But there we are. There is the second round of Formula 2 over and done with. It was a pretty entertaining race, I'd say. A lot of drama, some great battles, and another race win, or a different race winner to the Britain race that we had last week. And hopefully some cleaner racing as well. But yeah, that was round 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching back on the PS Vitesse YouTube channel, make sure to go and watch some of the other tiers that have been on this week. And we will see you next week in, I believe it is Abu Dhabi, if I'm right, on Thursday night for F1 and F4. And just this time next week for the 3 other tiers, F2, F3 and F5. But for now, we'll see you then.